Hello everybody, and welcome to the first ever stream of D&D on this channel. I'm going to be the DM, and I'm joined by three lovely people today. First of all, we have Lauren. Say hello.
Oh, hello.
We have David,
Hey, how you doing?
and we have Fran.
Hey everyone.
So we're going to be doing a campaign starting today. It's going to be a bit loose with how we're doing it. It's not going to be a specific time or anything. It's just when everyone is available to do it. But it's going to be 15 chapters in total that we're going to be doing. Between all of us is a bit of a mix of people who know a bit about D&D and people who are new to it. So it's going to be a little bit fast and loose with some of the rules while people are getting heads around things, and it's mainly about having fun. It's not about being a stickler to the rules or anything like that. So there are some things we will pick from and use and things that we won't from the 5th edition. But with that in mind, I think that's pretty much everything. So we can actually begin the campaign. So this campaign begins in a small town called Crispen, which is on the east side of a city called Itakura. Or not city. Oh god, I can't even start properly today. Jesus. It's on a country is the word. So yeah, it's on the coast of a country called Itakura, and we begin with a boat coming into dock at this town called Crispen. I actually have maps and stuff like that, so not amazing, but this is Crispen. A lovely little fishing town. So as we begin this, a boat has pulled into dock, and getting off of the boat is a couple of passengers. The first one, David, I'd like you to introduce your character.
All right. Well, then I guess I have the honor of starting. So let's get this over with. My name is Varis. Anastasia. As you can clearly see by my character, I just so happen to have wings because I am an Avario. I don't really have any kind of tragic backstory or whatever. I grew up on the other side of the continent, where I had a fairly happy life, happy home. Although my species have a bit more of a tragic, well, not tragic, they're kind of rare. There are varials, they happen to go extinct for a bit of over the last couple of centuries. But yeah, I come from an isolated religious community where I have been trained as a monk, and that's basically the gist of my character.
That's great. So the next person to step off this boat is Fran. Would you like to introduce your character?
Absolutely. So my name is Itakura. I'm, as you can see, well, kind of, I'm a Kitsune, which is a particular race from Japan, or kind of. I am on this journey because I used to live in a small village in the middle of Naren, which is a little complex of island, a little far east. Is it east, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to picture the map.
Let me get the map up. I can zoom out.
Thank you.
If it'll let me zoom out. Here we go. There we go.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm on a journey to discover my true origin because they're a bit mysterious, and there's a lot of mystery around my species, and why am I the only one, the only Kitsune, at least in my village. So I went to, I'm off to try and find who I am, where I come from, and hopefully discover new things.
Oh, you're also from Naren. What a lucky coincidence.
Really? Yeah.
So yeah, it's surprising you didn't really talk much about this on the boat ride over, really. But there you go.
Yeah.
I need a lot of sleep.
So as you're getting off of the boat, yeah, a small junior town guard comes up to you and basically says to you that the town is actually currently under lockdown. So there's been something happening, and they've closed the gates off to the town. So you're basically stuck there for now. While this guy is telling you this, though, you do notice in the distance there is another person who looks a lot more stately and a lot more important starting to approach you. As this person comes over to you, you notice that he is potentially the captain of the guard. It's not that guy. I clicked the wrong guy. It is this guy. This guy approaches you and basically starts to inform you of what's happening in the town. So, just to let you know, there's been an issue here. We're not actually letting anyone into the town at the moment. So, unfortunately, you are going to have to wait in the dock. It won't be long, hopefully. But once we've got things sorted, we can let you through. As he says this, though, he notices that the two of you look a little bit more world-weary, a little bit more adventurous than the usual people that come through the port, noticing that you may have weapons and the like. And quickly changes his tune. Says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Are you both adventurers? Are you here for a particular reason at all?" Feel free to tell the guy if you have any particular reason.
Well, I've heard that Cosburn has a very extensive library collection, and I'm interested in gaining knowledge and acquire some tomes. So that's why I'm here.
Yes.
I heard that your town was under lockdown. Could you tell me a bit more about that?
Well, we've had a bit of an incident where, unfortunately, there has been several deaths in short succession. We're currently just clearing away any of the evidence that we have found. Actually, thinking of it, you might be able to help us out with this a little bit. If you're willing, we can certainly come to some agreement in terms of payment. If you'd both like to help, we could do with at hand a little bit of extra security, so to speak. Is that something that you would both be interested in?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I would love to help. It's the creed of my people.
Fantastic. What I'll do then is I'll let you through the gates now. If you can go to the mayor's office, I have my own personal office there. I'll meet you shortly once we've cleared everything away. I'll let my guard know that you're going to be coming through. With that, he sort of like waves his hand to the guy who's currently got the door on lockdown. They open it up and sort of show you through, so you can now come into the town proper. As you're coming up to the gate, though, you notice another person approaches you. This other person, Lauren, would you like to introduce them to the party?
Okay. My name is Crispen Fisher. I'm half elf, half human. I'm from a small little fisherman's town from the north, and I've been here for a while now, and basically just on a bit of a journey of self-discovery. She's a bit private-ish at the moment. She just needs a little bit of time opening up to people, but then she's had a bit of a rough upbringing. She's had a bit of a rough time. That's why she's found herself in Crispen. So yeah, it's Crispen.
There we go. And Crispen has something that they want to ask regarding one of the murders, I believe.
Yes, I couldn't help overhearing the conversation that's just happened between you two guys and the guard. I do believe that one of the people who has been murdered, it was someone who I hold very dear. He was a merchant here, and if it's okay with you, I wouldn't mind tagging along a little bit because I need to know who's done this to him. If that's okay with you guys, I can tag along.
Perfect. Yeah, more the merrier.
Fantastic. Thank you.
So
She
this
gives you-
random
yeah.
person walks up to
Yeah,
us.
it's like, please help me, please help me. So she gives you kind of like a little thumbs up. So yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, murder mystery.
So, as you now enter the town proper, we have the main town hall where the mayor is currently situated. I'll just highlight it on my map. This lovely building right here that has been circled. So you approach here. It's a typical town hall that you would expect in any small town such as this. It's not too shabby. It's not too nice either. It's a little bit run down. There's hustle and bustle going on. There's a lot of people moving around. You notice it's mainly the town guard. Obviously, they're still trying to sort out the situation that's been happening around the town. But no one seems to pay you any mind. As you go in, you notice there's a sign that comes in and sort of points you into the different directions. There's one that says Town Hall Meeting Room. There's another one that points you to the Captain of the Guard's office. And then there's more offices upstairs for more administrative sort of areas. So would you like to go straight to Tanner's office, or would you like to maybe have a look around and see what else is happening at all?
I'd like to have it very discreetly, possibly.
That's not a problem. You can certainly do that. So which way would you want to go? Do you want to go and look in the sort of the administrative offices, or do you just want to sort of mill around the actual meeting room, see if there's anything going on there?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, so you go up to the meeting hall. It seems fairly quiet. The mayor's in there at the moment. They've got the doors shut. You can't really hear much. You can just sort of hear a bit of a low talking. You get the feeling that the mayor's very concerned about what's going on at the moment. It doesn't sound like there's anything particularly suspicious happening. It just sounds like they're trying to come up with a bit of a plan. But as you're listening, the captain of the guard does come into the room behind you. So he's now entered into the hallway behind you, and basically approaches and says, "Ah, brilliant. So you're both here, and I see you brought someone else with you. Okay, the more the merrier, I suppose. As long as you're all as long as you're all going to be very discreet about what I have to say to you. There will, of course, be payment for the help. Unfortunately, we're juggling many plates at the moment, so this has come at the worst time. We're actually preparing for a festival soon in the town, so a lot of our guards were pulled away on that. So what I would need you to do is to just investigate a couple of areas, a couple of leads that we have, just to see if there's anything that we may have missed in our hurry to try and get this all sorted out. So the first person I would need you to speak to would be the coroner, just to get the reports from him, make sure everything's been checked and is thoroughly signed where it needs to be signed. If you wouldn't mind having a look at some of the actual crime scenes as well, we're pretty certain we've cleared everything away that needs to be, but you never know, another pair of eyes might be able to see something that we maybe missed. And finally, the mayor, who is currently in here doing a meeting, he would like to have a chat with you himself as well, just to discuss something further that we're planning. I'll let you decide which order you want to do all of this in, but if you can report back to me once you've done, and we can go from there. Also, as well, I don't believe we've been fully introduced. My name is Alden Tanner. I'm the captain of the guard. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
So, what would you like to go and do?
I guess since we're here, maybe we should talk to the mayor.
Yeah, precisely. That's what I
Yeah,
was
sure.
thinking.
It's closest
Yeah.
enough, so, yeah.
So, you cut out there a little bit.
Oh, which one of us did?
All of you just went completely silent then.
We all agreed on something. Conspiracy.
We'd like to talk to the mayor.
Yes, please.
Alright. Cool. Okay, so you knock on the door to the meeting hall where the mayor's currently situated. One of his, well, I suppose it would be a servant, would approach the door. He opens it up and sort of greets you in. As you're going in, you notice a couple of the other town guards that are there sort of make their goodbyes to the mayor and they leave. And then it's you and the mayor in the meeting room. So the mayor is fairly old looking, not too old. He's a half elf as well, similar to Crispen. But he's for a half elf he doesn't look old. For a human he does look a little bit on the older side. You'd probably picture him being around about the 60s in age. And we have a picture of the mayor right here. Yeah, it's a glorious moustache.
Oh, he's not that
Okay.
old.
Wow.
He has a glorious moustache. He's a very friendly, very, very friendly person as well. There's a reason why this guy has been the mayor for quite a while of this town. So as you approach him, he greets you all. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the town. I'm so sorry it couldn't be under more pleasant situation. But please, take a seat. Take a seat. Yes, I believe you're the adventurers who are currently helping my good servant and friend, Tanner. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent, excellent. So we have a few things that we need to discuss. First of all, the people who were murdered, and it's not pleasant. I believe it was a political thing, a political attack. All 5 of the people who were killed were all very close friends of mine and to my campaign. They've been supporting me for years in this position that I currently hold. So if you could find out anything that could help the town guard, that would be much appreciated. I'd much appreciate any help that you can give me on this. Is there any information you would like from me, or are you happy to get on with the tasks that have been set?
I have a brief question, if I may.
Certainly.
Do you happen to know any political opponents or people who might stand from benefiting your murdering your supporters?
The thing is, there isn't anyone who's ever really stood against me in such a way. The town love me, and I love the town. Even when we have had political opponents who have risen forward, it's always been gracious. We've always happily dealt with the situations. Obviously, with any political situation, it's a rival, but we're always friendly, we're always amicable. So no, I cannot understand who this could have been. My only guess is that it's potentially an outsider looking to stir trouble up within our town, maybe? Although we haven't had many visitors recently.
Do you know of any hostile or expansionist nation who might be interested in your town?
Well, there are several small villages around here. There's the village of Claywell, who's close by, but we're very good friends with them. We hold in fact, the festival that's running soon is a festival that us and Claywell, we celebrate together. Other than that, we have the town of Highwater, although they've been quite quiet recently. It's just, I'm not sure what's going on there, but we've not really heard from them. But other than that, no, we're good neighbours with all of the local areas. We supply fish to those that need it, and in return they supply us with farming materials, leathers, things like that. We have a good trade routes with the towns that are around us.
Don't think of anything personal. There's no one that you might have, let's say, politely put, pissed off at all? Anyone who might just, hold a grudge? Because I'm sure, as lovely as a gentleman that you are, there are some people who could be possibly rubbed the wrong way at any point. So could you think of any personal rivalries or anything like that? Any grudges that aren't political?
I've told you already, I try and be friendly with everybody in the town. I honestly could not think of a single person who I've done anything to offend. But it clearly, I do believe this is a political matter. As I say, the people who were killed are all people who have been outspoken people for my campaign. I'm sorry I can't provide any more information, but that's all I can believe is
okay.
happening.
That's all right.
okay.
I was thinking, do you happen to know if there's anything that glues these people together in any other way? Maybe they're part of a guild. Do they live nearby? Nearby one another, something like that.
They're all members of our town. They're not necessarily close together. We had, in fact, the people who were unfortunately killed, I can't reveal their names. So there was Arthur, who is a merchant in the town, who's a good friend of mine. There were two of our farmers, Peter and Baldrin, who are both, again, very respected. My personal aide, Gwyneth, as well, unfortunately. And the final was a lady who worked at the bar called Branwen. All of them were respected within the town. None of them, again, had any particular issues with anybody. They were friendly when anyone approached them. They were good at their work. There's nothing I can think of to link them other than, as I say, my political campaign.
I may have a question as well. Do you know if there's anyone who may have seen them the last time they've seen them alive that maybe we can talk to?
Yes, plenty of people saw them alive. They were all killed in the open.
Oh,
All
Okay.
5 of them were killed within short succession. There was no sign of a murderer. They seemingly just dropped dead. And we have... The coroner might be able to provide more information as he's the one who's examined the bodies, but there was no sign of anyone around them. They were all out in public at the time.
Wow.
okay.
I think it might be good if we spoke to the coroner then.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Of course, of course. Well, if you require anything further from me, please feel free to come back. We might need some assistance from yourself later this evening, potentially. We're going to organise a gathering just to put the townsfolk at ease. So it would be nice to have some extra security for that, if you could help out. Maybe
Of course.
that would be fantastic. But in the meantime, yes, go speak to the coroner who's down at our medical centre. If you go discuss with him, he'll be able to give you more information about the actual people. Until then, I bid you farewell, and hopefully I'll see you this evening.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much, Mayor.
Thank you so much.
So, and as he says that, he stands up and he bows and then leaves to go to his private office upstairs. As you look around, there's still a couple of guards that are sort of milling around. Tanner's now just sort of patrolling around the area, pacing, trying to figure things out for himself by the looks of things. Well, he doesn't really want to be disturbed at the moment. Other than that, everyone else seems to be business as usual, really, just cracking on with what they need to do. So,
No, just quickly ask Ian, sorry. Just double checking the victims' names again. Can you just run them by me again, please? Is that okay? Sorry. Just
yeah,
making a
that's
note.
not a problem. So the victims were Arthur, who's a merchant. Then there was Peter and Baldrin, who are both farmers.
Yep.
There's Gwyneth, who was the mayor's personal aide.
Yep.
And then Branwen, who was a waitress at the local bar.
That's great. Thank you.
So maybe we should try and figure out among the general people of this town whether they have any connections to the people who are now dead, and try and figure out if they maybe know anything or have any connections to these people, know what they were all about.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
out, chat to some witnesses.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Because
you want to go...
They just dropped dead, right? Like they were in the
Yeah.
middle of the day, and yeah.
Yeah, they were
So
all
you want to
just-
go... Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go for it.
No, I was just going to say, so do you want to go and have a look around crime scenes then, and see if there's anything that sort of
I'd
stands
like
out?
personally to speak with the coroner to see, because the first thought that came to mind is that they might have been poisoned, but obviously that is like the very generic idea based on the information we have for now.
Okay, so yeah, do you want to all go to one place, or do you want to sort of split up and go to different places, or how do you want to?
Oh my
We're
god,
getting,
Scooby Doo.
we're getting splitting the party decision.
I mean,
No.
from a narrative point of view, for my benefit, it'd probably be better for you to stick together. But if you
Yeah.
really want to split up, that's absolutely fine.
I ain't dropping dead. No way. Safety in numbers. Well, say safety in numbers. They all drop dead around each other, so it's still not great. But yeah.
It's like two of us go to the corner, one of us doesn't, and then we meet up, and then two of us meet up, but the third one doesn't come back.
Yeah. I just hopped on a boat and gone.
Newspapers the next day. Sixth member
Yeah.
has died. Who is the sixth person?
Snooping around the crime scene. Gets whacked. No. Stick together.
I guess we should all just go see the corner.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So you go to visit the coroner. As the mayor said, he's in the medical facility that they have. It's not. They call it a medical facility. It's basically just a fancy house that a doctor works in. It's a small town. They don't really have much to do, and basically it is just an apothecary's living room essentially
Wow.
that you get led into. So
Okay.
the apothecary leads you downstairs to where the coroner actually works, who's in the basement, because you don't want to keep the bodies upstairs. It's going to ruin the business. So,
Such a mood-killing entry, if you.
yeah, exactly. So,
Sorry, pardon the cadaver on the floor. Just ignore that.
I've been
So he
reorienting
leads you-
lately.
Yeah. Yin and yanging it up lately.
So he leads you downstairs, and the first thing that you notice is a quite large turtle. And if you don't know what a turtle is, this is a turtle. So a turtle is basically a part man, part turtle type creature. He's currently hunched over at a desk, writing some notes down. But you can see in the corner of the room there are sort of I don't know what they call it, but like the drawers where they would hold cadavers until they're ready to be buried. So as you enter this room, the turtle pays no attention. He's just carried on writing notes down. So how would you like to
Mr.
proceed?
Coroner?
Hello.
Yes.
I'm just gonna hide behind everyone now after I've done that. I'm just gonna hide.
I'm not very tall, so I'm not sure how much you can hide behind me.
Can
Oh
Varis
well,
spread his
that's
wings?
just great.
Each of us stands behind one wing and just like, we're not here.
So
Just hanging on it. People don't talk.
Yeah, we're not here. We're not really here.
So as this turtle turns around in his chair and just sees a stack of people hanging off of each other, he lets out another sigh to himself and goes, "Yes, can I help you?"
I guess we'd like to speak to the coroner.
That would be me.
Charming.
It's nice to meet you.
Hello.
Yes, Fleming. Did he send you by any chance?
The mayor?
Well, there's an air, right?
Yes.
Yes, he was the one who
he
sent
did.
us.
He
Yeah.
did.
Right, so you want to see the reports for the 5 murders then, yes?
Yes, please.
That'd be
Yes,
perfect.
please.
Right, okay. And he gets up, stretches a little bit, picks up the notes that he was writing, and then comes over to you with them very, very slowly, it must be said.
Are you still hanging on my wings, by the way, or are you off at this point?
Oh, I've let go now. My hands are getting numb.
So, yeah. As he comes over, he starts to read through the reports as he's coming over to you. He says, Yes, unfortunate business, this. I still don't know how. All of them slit throat. And then hands you a stack of papers with all of the information that he's written down on it. And if any of you want to take from him, or do you all just want to like gather around him and read it at the same time?
Read along with Fleming.
That little campfire. Tell some ghost stories.
Yeah.
Instead of ghost stories, murder.
Yeah, murder mysteries.
Reading murder files on around the campfire.
So I'll give you the gist of it, but basically the report that he's written, it does state all of the victims were found in the exact same way. They basically had their throats slit in public with no witnesses. There was no sign of a murderer anywhere. It was a single wound to the throat with no signs of struggle. They weren't being held in place. It was literally just gone, all of them. So
You said they were all in the same place.
they were all in the market square, yes. They weren't all huddled together, but they were all within the market.
But there are no witnesses.
No, the only people who saw it were people who basically saw them fall into the ground. So no one saw anything
so it
before
was-
that.
It was just
Okay.
very quick then. Oh.
Yeah.
okay.
And what? Excuse me. Was there a weapon found or nothing at all?
No weapons. The killers probably took them with them. Or the report, from what I've found, shows that they are indeed bladed weapons. This wasn't a claw or anything along those lines. It was definitely, I would say, either small axe or knife.
Oh. Right.
It's weird. To me, it kind of smells like there's some magical element to this killing. Like someone, perhaps from afar, has
Yeah.
been controlling these people and just slit their throat from their evil throne room, or something like.
Oh, there are no wizards in town. There's nothing magical around here, but you could be. I don't understand it myself. I just look at the bodies. I tell the mayor what's wrong with them. That's all I'm good for here. And then he sort of turns around and shuffles back to his desk again. Just
Bless him.
he's not really.
He's had
He's-
enough.
He's not a people person. His entire career has basically been as a coroner,
Just
so
dead
he's very
bodies.
much So
My
he's
job
not
is
really.
done.
Yeah. So in his eyes, he's given you the reports. You've got the
Yeah.
information. I mean, you can ask him more questions if you like. Whether you get a response is another thing. But
Story.
I don't think I like that.
No. I
At
don't
least
think
not
he'd
for
appreciate
now.
it. No. Come and bother him later, maybe.
Maybe we should talk to some people, maybe some merchants, if they saw anything or suspect anything. Just so we have some more leads.
So go crime scene then.
Yeah, I guess that's.
Yes.
Yeah.
cool. Right. So you go to the merchant center, which again on my lovely little map is this small area just in front of the actual mayor's office. Is a few stalls and there's a couple of shops, and then surrounding them it's basically like a bit of a cliffed off area, so they're all back onto a cliff. But that is the market region of the town. As you walk through, you see that the whole area has been pretty much cleared out now. People are starting to re-emerge from their houses, and they're starting to come back. Everyone's a little bit scared and a little bit worried because obviously no one knew really what happened there. There aren't many of the merchants returning, but you do notice that there is a couple that are sort of dotted around the area. So it's up to you if you'd like to approach one of them and introduce yourselves, or if you just want to look around the scene in general, see if there's anything you can find.
I'll just look around, maybe like if there was a bladed weapon, that must mean there's blood around. So
Okay.
I'll just go look at that.
That's fine. Well, in that case, we're going to make the first dice roll of the session. For that, I
Oh, let's go!
I'm excited.
Better be good.
believe.
Oh.
So,
Gonna determine the run. If it's good, it's gonna be a great run. No pressure though.
No pressure.
so anyone who wants to investigate the area, I would like you to roll for an intelligence investigation check, just to see what you can see.
Sure, I will. Infinite dice, actually.
I don't have like physical dice, so how do I do that?
That's fine. Are you using the D&D Beyond character
Yes.
sheet? Yeah, so if you click on where it says in your skills, you should have intelligence investigation. If you click on the bonus number that's next to that, it'll automatically roll for you.
Is it the one at the top?
No, it'll be in the middle
Oh,
of the
this-
sheet, the big
oh, yeah.
long
Column,
stretch of
yeah.
numbers. Yeah,
So investigation.
yeah.
I got a 19 on that.
Ooh, very good.
So high.
Yeah.
Does it have already like bonus or proficiency bonuses added, or is it just 19 flat?
I was started off with
Oh,
a
I've
4
got a
bonus and
19
got
as well.
15. Yeah. Fran's got.
Yeah, 17 dice plus 2 of my bonus.
Yeah, 4 is my bonus.
So
That's so
basically, you
I have a
basically are the.
16.
What?
So
We just
You
solved
basically-
the murder.
We're
That's
so
I was
good
we
at
solved
this.
it. We just solved it.
Boom,
We just
campaign over.
solved it. Done.
I was gonna say,
It was
yeah, I might.
hidden.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you the end boss is, but.
Yeah.
but
No way.
right, so
God.
the Scooby Gang approached the area, and as you're looking around, you do see there are signs of where the bodies were. So there are a couple of places where there's like blood splatters here and there. You don't see any weapons anywhere where you're looking, but one thing you do find just behind one of the stalls near where one of the victims was killed is a broken amulet.
Oh.
Ooh.
Can I
And-
pick that up?
Oh, please
Yeah,
do.
you can pick that up. If you have a look at the amulet, you can see that it looks like it was potentially some sort of magical amulet that's potentially grants invisibility. There's these temporary amulets that you can buy on black markets, where they can grant certain abilities for very short periods of time, and basically to activate them, you break the amulet, and it'll cast the spell. Usually, they only last for about a minute
Yeah, I
maximum.
was going to ask if it's a one-use sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Interesting.
It's just in finding trouble setting those.
Yeah.
I
How
mean,
could they have missed that? We weren't looking hard enough. Saying that, Scooby-Doo gang.
I was going to say, I mean, you are literally the Scooby-Doo gang right about now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Tanner and his group weren't rolling 19s constantly. So,
Am
be fair,
I
the first
playing? Am I playing the dog then?
yeah.
Well, I personally I do have a heightened sense of smell, so
That is very true. That is very true for your character. Oh my god.
If trouble happens, just please do not say "ruh-oh."
I'll try not to.
I think it's too late for that. It's definitely gonna do that.
I'll just voice that. Oh crap!
That's our equivalent of ruh-roh is if you just say, oh crap. It's like, oh dear. We're in trouble now, gang.
Well, so yeah, you
Sorry.
found that's okay. You found this magical item now that clearly the people collecting evidence have overlooked. And it is starting to get a bit darker now. It's starting to come towards nightfall a little bit. And you hear a bell from the town hall. As I say, the town hall is just across from the marketplace, so it's not too far away. So you hear this bell ringing, so you see the villagers start to murmur amongst themselves as they walk towards the actual scene. Would you like to quickly grab one of the merchants before everyone heads in, or do you just want to go to the meeting that's now being assembled at the mayor's town hall?
Can we theoretically? Oh wait, that's a very meta question. I'm not gonna ask that.
Oh.
I think it would be good if we spoke to one now.
Yeah, try and grab someone
Yep.
before they go in.
That's right. So yeah, as you're sort of looking around, one of the merchants is coming out from behind a different store from the one where you've just found the amulet. So you can quickly run over and just sort of like tap him on the shoulder. And as you're all sort of walking towards the meeting, you can start to ask him some questions. So yeah, he basically tells her, "You're all right. What's up? How can I help?"
Hello. We're just currently, well, we've been asked by the mayor just to, we're basically looking into the murders that unfortunately happened here. Just going to, well, if it's possible to ask you a couple of questions just before the meeting. Well, walk and talk, if that's okay.
Yeah, I don't know what more I can give you that I've not already told Tanner over there, but yeah, Arthur was a good mate of mine. Really, really sad to see what had happened to him. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions.
Okay, how close roughly were you from your store? Because I see you've just left your stall. How close were you to, well, who did you see drop first, really?
Oh, I don't know what the name of the guy is. It's a farmer. I remember that much. He comes in here and he buys grains and things like that from one of the stalls over there, and he sort of points behind him to one of the other stalls that's selling like farming stuff like seeds and wheat, grain, things like that. Yeah, he was probably about 20 foot away from a stall when it looked like he just collapsed.
Can
Do
I?
you see anything suspicious? Maybe. Anything weird or strange from your usual interactions?
Well, I mean, apart from 5 people just dropping dead in the town centre, no. No, it's a fairly normal day. Had our regulars coming through. The people were just going about their business. And all of a sudden, poof, they all just dropped.
So they all dropped at the same time, or was it just one after another?
Well, I only saw the
remember.
one. I only saw the one of them, so I don't know if they're all together. But from what I've heard, it was all very similar timing.
Can I? Which one of us is holding the amulet, like the invisibility one?
I think it was Fran, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Okay. Okay, Scooby-Doo.
Sorry.
Can you show the merchant this amulet and
Yeah.
ask him if he recognizes it?
Of course.
So he takes it off you and sort of like holds it up to him and goes, "Well, not really my area of expertise. I just sell meat mainly. Very nice amulet though. Not seen anything like it before, but very nice. Thank you for showing me that."
Do you happen to know anyone who? You're welcome. Do you know anyone who happens to sell amulets or know a little bit more about it?
Oh no, not in this town. We used to have some magic folk around here, but they moved on years ago, like 20 odd years ago. They just got bored. People weren't buying anything from the town. We're not a very magical folk around here. We're farmers and fishers mainly.
So they basically were driven out of competition in that sense.
Yeah, they just packed up and went to another town. I think they probably went down to one of the big cities somewhere. You know, somewhere where they're actually looking for that sort of magical stuff.
Right. All right.
So as you're walking, you've now come up to the main entrance of the town hall. As I say, it's not a particularly long distance to have walked. So you've been chatting to him. You can stop the guy at the door and carry on questioning him if you want, or you can go in and see
Should we
what's
go in
going
and
on in there.
observe
Yeah.
and see
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah. Let's
See
do
if
that.
anyone's acting suspicious.
Yeah.
See what they're up to.
Cool. So as you go in, again, like I say, it's the same room you were in before. It's the big hall that the mayor was having the chat with you beforehand. People sort of filing in there. You've got at the front of the room, there's a bit of a raised platform with a table and like a lectern where the mayor's currently stood. And he's just discussing things with Tanner. People filing in and starting to fill up rows of chairs that have been laid out for them all to sit at. As you're doing that, Tanner notices that you've come into the room and he walks over to you to greet you and to let you know what the plan is. I've already forgotten what voice I gave to Tanner, so this is going to be fun. Tanner may sound completely different. So,
Well, I was
was not
wondering.
expecting
It
that.
does sound like the coroner.
so I remember he had a gruff voice, so we'll go with a gruff voice for him again.
Sounds like he smokes about 50 a day.
Yeah, it was something like this, wasn't it? Something,
A
I
little
think.
bit, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that'll
Sound like
do.
me, Winston,
yeah. Yeah, fine. He's Ray Winston there. That's fine. Right. So yeah, Tanner comes over and says, right, yeah, thanks for. I'm assuming you've done all of the tasks that we asked you to do. Have you found anything? Is there anything that's stood out?
Yeah. Do you want to show him that amulet?
Gonna show it to him and see if he recognizes or if he knows anything about that.
Cool.
Cool. So yeah, he takes it off you and he holds it by the chain. So basically, the chain itself is like a very delicate sort of metal chain that looks like it itself has been snapped, as if someone's just tugged it off the neck and thrown it away. And then the actual amulet part of it is also shattered as well. So it's he's holding it up by the chain so that it's all together and like, looking it up against like a backdrop of the window so you can see through, get some light on it. Because it's a little bit dim in this room. Holds it up and just goes, interested. I had a feeling there'd be some sort of magic element involved in this. Seemed a bit too suspicious that 5 people would just drop dead at the same time, so yeah, looks like it's definitely something to do with this. Have you got any leads? Is there anything else that's come along with this, or have you just found the amulet?
Found the
We're-
amulet.
Yeah, looking at the crime scene.
So we asked one of the merchants as well, but to see if we could possibly track the origins of this amulet, but doesn't seem like there's any salesperson around who sells these artifacts in your fair town.
No, that'll be right.
So
Yeah,
the
the
magic cell was kind of packed up 20 years ago, he was saying.
yeah, it was just they weren't selling. You've probably already been told by the merchant we're a fishing and farming town, so we weren't really getting anyone buying. There's the odd tourist every now and again that would buy something off them, but they just wanted to make a bit more money, so they left. Let me see. Is there anyone around here? Anyone who might have known them? And he sort of like drifts off and looks away a little bit. And as he does that, I would like everyone to make a roll for me.
Oh no.
I would like you all to make a wisdom and perception check, please.
Oh.
Ooh,
Oh.
really fun.
Is
So
it,
bad.
sorry, forgive my ignorance. Is it always the D20? And I know nothing.
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
So I just do the. Where is perception? Here it is. Okay.
Yeah, so if you just click where it says like plus or minus next to
yeah,
perception,
yeah.
and that'll roll it for you. Yeah.
11.
With me. Oh no, this is. I apologize in advance. Forgot. Oh. Okay.
So mine is 8 plus 3.
Mine's 7 plus 4, so also 11.
I got 17. What?
We're
I
hard
check it?
carrying this investigation.
No, I'm doing this again. Can I roll again, please?
No, you cannot roll again because none of you have got any inspiration yet. So no, you cannot roll
We've
again.
got to nerf you. You're too good at this game.
I was gonna
Well, I hate to inform you that none of you have actually passed the check, but I have actually rolled for Tanner as well to see if he
Oh my
can detect what's going on.
God. Okay.
So, as you're all speaking between Tanner, you just see him, like I say, he's sort of like drifting away, looking to one side to like to try and think. You see him like reach down to his belt as he's still looking around, and he pulls out an axe. It's just a hand
What?
axe,
What?
and launches it full speed towards where the mayor is standing.
Oh shit!
You're
Tanner!
Oh, excuse me.
as you're all watching, this axe spins through the air, and it stops mid-air just next to where the mayor is standing. When a fountain of blood sprays from where the axe stopped,
What?
the axe then falls to the floor, and as it does, the body of a person appears around the axe as they hit the floor.
What? Assassin!
There's now absolute panic. Everybody is screaming and running.
Imagine.
What? Scooby-Doo
Tanner.
with this?
Tanner
I
shouts
was
at the
gonna
mayor to
scream,
get
but,
down.
apparently I couldn't.
Oh no!
Tanner shouts for the mayor to get down,
Bit late.
Can
And
I
as the-
scream now?
the mayor's not dead. The mayor is fine.
Well, can I put myself be in front of the mayor?
Not at the moment, because I'm going to ask all of you to roll for initiative.
No. Initiative.
I thought he said it was bleeding on the floor. Like, what's there to initiate?
Wow.
Because as the people pour out of the hall, there are still 5 other people stood in the crowd,
Oh,
all wearing
no.
amulets.
What?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Whoa. Okay. Well.
No. Right, initiative. Let me have a
Oh
look.
wow, that's so terrible again.
Oh crap.
Have initiative in my list?
Yeah, so initiative is near the top, so next to where your armor
Next to
class
armor.
is, you'll have initiative, and it'll be like either 0 or +1, something. It'll be to the left of armor class.
Yeah, so if you just look for where, just right, you know where your
Oh,
defenses and conditions is on the
I
left.
see. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh, I hope you do better than I did.
17? 16 plus 1? Is that good?
What did you get?
17?
Oh, I got a 5. You did better.
I got 7 at a terrible time.
Yeah. The torch is
so-
being passed to you now.
Right, okay, so Fran, you got 17. David, did you say you got 7?
Yeah, so +2 makes 9.
9, that's great. And Lauren, what did you get?
A 5.
5.
Wah, wah.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, man.
That's just initiative. It's fine. It's not like we're
Yeah.
actually.
That's alright.
So, in that case then, Tanner, he's fucking nailing his rolls today. He got 20. So,
Do you know
Tanner's
what?
going
Get Tanner
first.
to do it. Just get Tanner to solve it.
so yeah, Tanner's up first. Then we've got one of the assassins, followed by Fran, followed by 2 assassins, followed by David, followed by 2 more assassins, followed by Lauren last.
I'll just sit here with the popcorn and watch you guys go for it.
I really hope these guys are complete pushovers, otherwise we're toast.
That's
We're gonna die.
we said going to die?
Started so
So-
promising.
Yep. I was gonna
I
say,
mean-
we're good at solving murders, just not handling the murderers.
I mean, it's only 5 on 4 now. I mean, Tanner did just nail one of them. It would have been 6
Oh, that- yeah,
if you hadn't
oh,
have done
yeah.
that.
Thank God. For
So at least you're down to 5 now. But
Just
yeah,
all
Tanner's up
dungeon, no
first.
Yeah.
So Tanner's up first, and basically, so you're all at the door. So Tanner and yourselves are lined up at the door. and then in amongst the actual chairs, the assassins are sort of scattered around, and they start just like throwing the chairs out of the way, and they're basically preparing to come towards you. As you can see, they all have amulets around their necks as well, which potentially means that at any time they might go invisible.
Crap.
But Tanner lunges at one of the guys. He's going to lunge for probably the next one that's in load order. So if they're sort of like in a line, he's probably going to go for the one that's probably closest towards the mare. It'll probably be the one that he goes for, just to make sure that the mare's safe. The mayor is not involved in this fight. He is cowering behind his lectern, rightly so.
Useless.
Somebody would
Fly useless.
take him to safety or something.
You could potentially, on your turn, try and get over to him and protect
No,
him.
I meant I thought somebody in the meantime would take him to safety. Like, doesn't he have personal
That would be
assistants or
Tanner.
something?
That would be Tanner.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, like I say, Tanner's going to lunge for the one who's closest to him to try and take him out. Tanner has just rolled a 16.
Come on, Tanner.
So he's actually hit the armor class, so that's good. So you'll get a hit on him. So that's good. And he is going to do quite a bit of damage to this guy, actually.
Sweet.
So yeah, the assassin that's closest to the mayor is basically Tanner just leaps at him and just with his other hand axe, because he has 2 hand axes and a sword on his back. With his other hand axe, he just charges at this guy, slams down on his shoulder, and basically just takes this guy's arm off in one solid move.
Oh, go Tanner!
Like he
Tanner
just,
MVP.
yeah, he just
Holy
goes
crap.
to town on this guy.
I think we can just go home. He clearly doesn't
Yeah.
need us.
Don't need us. He's got this in the bag. Doesn't need us.
So this guy is not quite dead yet, but he's close enough. Like, he is in a lot of pain, but it is his turn next, so he's going to spin round and try and take a pop at Tanner as well. So he rolled a natural 20 on his attack roll, so
No.
this is
Yes.
That's gonna be a
Yeah.
short campaign.
so
No.
so this assassin is definitely hitting Tanner for something.
Sugar.
Luckily, the assassins aren't particularly strong. So,
Oh my god.
I probably shouldn't be telling you that, really.
Oh, we'll be fine. We can basically do whatever.
Just walk it off. We'll be
Only
fine.
1 second, I just need to grab. So I've not got my D4s to hand for some reason.
Oh no.
So yeah, he does 6 damage to Tanner, which isn't really a huge amount on Tanner. Because he's quite heavily armoured.
Walk it off.
So yeah, so he's now hit Tanner. Tanner sort of like staggered back a little bit. So this guy is still alive, but he's very, very badly wounded. It is now Fran. It's now your turn to try and do something.
Hey, do I need to roll a dice or something?
So it's entirely up to you what you want to do. Whether you want to try and attack one of the assassons, or it could be that
Well,
you want to try.
what I was thinking while Tanner was being a show off was that I was going to roll towards the mayor, and in the meantime, I would throw one of my daggers to one of the other guys, directly to the amulet to break it.
Ooh.
Do I need to roll a dice, or can I just do that?
I would say yeah. You'd need to probably roll a dexterity, let's say, on that, just to see if you can actually accurately hit the thing. So yeah, if you do a dexterity roll, so just a straight dexterity on the top row.
Yeah, is that in the saving throws?
No, it'd be the
Oh,
one
the
above.
one
So
underneath
yeah,
it. Okay.
yeah. So just the big column at the big row at the top. So if you do
Okay.
dexterity on that, it's going to be quite a hard one
Oh.
because the amulets are pretty small.
4. Is that bad?
Yeah, so that will miss entirely.
But at least I roll towards the mayor.
Yeah, so
And
you're
I put
now
myself in front of him.
so you're now in front of the mayor, so that he's got a bit more protection at least. But as you throw the dagger, it just sort of veers off and just hits the wall at the other end of the room. Next up is one of the other assassins.
Suggestion.
Yeah.
Considering I should have like dark sight, or could it be that while I was throwing, he just turned invisible, and that's why I missed, and not because my aim was bad.
No, we're just gonna go with your aim was bad.
Oh no!
Well, I did it while I was whirling.
Yes.
Exactly. It was
You
a
were
hard
rolling.
throw. It was a hard
Yeah.
throw to make. So I wouldn't feel too bad about missing because most people probably would miss in that situation anyway.
If you can't do the 360
yeah,
no
so it's-
scope right at the bed, doesn't make you a bad sniper.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we've got there's two assassins that are going to be coming up next. They've got their turns. They're probably I'm trying to think. So Fran, you've rolled in front of the mayor, and then you've got Tanner sort of somewhere in the middle. So the first one is going to go for Tanner again, and see if they can land a hit on him. Because at least if they can get him out of the way, that'll help. So they've not hit his armor class. So the first one goes to hit him, completely misses basically. Tanner just like swings out of the way and just like pushes him, so he's out of the way. The second assassin though, he is just going to charge straight towards Fran because she is now currently in front of the mayor. So he is going to make an attack throw. What is your armor class, Fran?
12.
12. That's fine, he misses. So he comes running up to you and he's about to hit you, and then similar to what you just saw Tanner do with the other one, you just sort of like flip him around and push him sort of back away from yourself. So that's fine, you don't take any damage from him. So next we've got David. What would you like to do for your turn?
I think I will run towards the
Like the front side where all the assassins are, and then I will attack one using an unarmed strike. So basically I'll just punch him in the face.
Yeah, that's fine. So the armor class for the assassins is 16 to beat.
I rolled a 6.
Oh.
But I think if I understand monks correctly, then this is technically a bonus action, which means I'm
I
allowed
think-
to punch him again.
Yeah, I think they do. They get like 2 hits, don't they? Yeah.
Oh.
Let's
So,
try
yeah.
and punch him in the face again.
That's fine. So are you going for the one who's closest to Fran, the one that's closest to Tanner, or one of the other two that are a bit further away?
I think I'll go for the one that's closest to Fran, because I think Tanner has a pretty high defense, so I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, I've got 16 to beat on that again then.
So I rolled a 17 plus 2, so 19 this time.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow, well done.
So that's a
But it
hit.
only does 1d4 damage.
Oh, no.
I did roll a 3, so
That's pretty decent though. So that's
given
Yeah.
results, given what I had to work with, it's pretty decent.
Very true. Yeah.
So
So I
yeah,
just punch
nice.
him in the face.
Smack him.
So that's 3 damage to
Give him
that
a
one.
firm slap.
So we've got one that's almost dead, one that's now probably going to have a bit of a bruise in the morning when he wakes up. We've got another 2 assassins who are still yet to do anything, so it's now their turn.
Oh,
They're going to... One of them, again, is going to try and go for Tanner, I think, because he is basically just wailing on them in the middle of the room at the moment. So one of them's going to try and charge in to get grip on him and see if he can do anything to stop him. He rolled very poorly, so he misses again. Tanner just again slaps him on the back of the head and sends him off in a different direction. The other assassin, though, he's going to turn his sights to you, Lauren, because he sees you at the door.
Oh, great.
and starts to think that if we want to get out of here in a hurry, we don't want any obstacles in the way. So he's going to come for you.
Oh,
What
Yeah.
is...
Unconscious, like kill 3 or 4 and leave 1 alive if we can.
So this guy has rolled a 15. What is your armor class, Lauren?
14.
14, so he's hit then. That's fine. These guys don't hit very hard either, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Nice.
That's fine, it was nothing.
He's
It's
hit you for
disappeared.
3. He's hit you for
Damn
3
it.
damage.
3 damage, yeah, right, so I'm down to 14 now.
And then
Oh.
I believe it is now your turn, Lauren. So you've got a guy who's right in front of you that's basically just tried to take a swing at you with a little dagger.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them are either around Fran David or they're around Tanner.
Right, well, I want to get this dude out of my face. I'm going to set him on fire.
Nice, nice.
If that's okay. So I've got Firebolt.
Yep, so roll to hit. You've got to beat 16.
To hit, I've got 20 plus 7. So I've got
Wow.
27.
Yeah, you hit him. You've just crit, so that's, if I remember right, crit is double damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so yeah.
basically,
I guess he's toast.
He's
So, yeah.
incinerated.
So yeah, roll for your damage. Roll
My
for your
da-
damage
right,
and then
my
double it.
damage is 10. So, and then that would have been another 10 on top.
So you've done 20 damage. You've
I've
just
done 20
you
damage.
have. I'm gonna let you describe how badly you've just killed this guy.
Basically, there is just nothing. It's just dust on the floor right now. And please tell me that I've got an amulet amongst that dust. Because that amulet just incinerated as well.
Not everything. Everything has
Oh
got.
crap!
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've
there's just
just-
basically a gust of wind's just gonna come through and save the cleaning lady a bit of duty, and it's just gonna whoosh. He's gone. The dude has returned to dust. From dust he came. Dusty's gone.
God.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He's toast. He's gone.
And do you have some pent up rage somewhere inside you or something?
Birds.
Yeah.
Toast much.
I've always never been good at toasting my own toast. When it comes to people, not a problem.
It shows.
Toasting bread, yeah, toasting bread, I suck.
So it's
I mean, he's madly burned. Like maybe you cooked him a bit too much.
Yeah, flame grilled.
so it's now Tanner's turn. He turns around and just sees this pile of ash in front of you. Gives you an
Like
approving
it.
nod. Just gives you an approving nod, and then he starts to charge at the assassins that are closest to the mayor. So he's just gonna leave the one that's like heavily bleeding out without an arm on the floor. He's
Use
gonna
him.
run over to one of the others, and he is going to swing his sword at him now instead of using his axe. So he's rolled enough to do damage. That's good. And he does 12 points of damage to one of the other guards. So he has basically wiped one of them out. So the one that just got punched in the face by you, David, he is still in front of you as you've just punched him in the face. He's sort of like spun round slightly. So you just see the back of him as a sword goes all the way through.
Oh,
And he
Wow,
falls
Tanner's
into
trying to
two
one-up me.
pieces. Between those two pieces, you then see the face of Tanner, who gives you a nod.
that escalated. Wow.
What a pleasant way to meet up again.
Yeah.
Fancy meeting you here.
Body of body just split open. There's no acquaintance behind it.
At least your
And-
amulet might be in one piece.
And-
Technically two pieces. Don't know how.
We'll leave that as a maybe for now. Whether that, in fact, actually no. I'm gonna roll a d6. Odds it's fine. Evens it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 3. So yeah, that one's fine. So you potentially got 1 amulet. So that's
Sweet.
fine. As Tanner gives you the nod, the other assassin that was around you also then sees what's happening, just rages towards Tanner to try and do some damage to him.
That man's got a
And-
death wish. Surely you would just run.
This is such an anime moment. Like, literally nodding at him in battle.
They're the only one
see,
left alive.
And he hits Tanner
Oh.
Oh.
for 4 damage.
I'll be fine.
Walk it
So-
off.
That's a scratch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
just a
basically
Just crack.
he's charged at Tanner with a dagger and basically just like nicked him slightly on the shoulder. He's managed to
Just
get
politely tapped him.
he's managed to get just in like a little crease of his armor, but it's not enough to actually wound. It's just like a scrape.
Oh wow.
Tanner just
and,
stands there towering over the assassin.
You poor fool.
And with that, it is now it's Fran's turn, I believe now.
Come on, Fran.
We are left alive, just the one.
There's 3 left alive. There's one that's just bleeding on the floor, basically crying to
Well,
himself.
that doesn't count.
There's the one that's just sliced at Tanner, who is still very much
Oh.
at full health. And then there's the third one that's sort of in the middle of the room. He's been like shoved out the way by Tanner, but he's not injured. So there's
So
the
we've got
3
one
of them
full health
left.
still.
There's 2 with full health and one
Oh,
sorry,
who's
beg pardon.
almost dead.
And he's still standing there, like he's not
Yeah.
considering, hey, this is going pretty poorly, maybe we should run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
it's probably worth pointing out that a turn is only about 6 seconds in
Oh, yeah, that's right.
D&D rules.
It is like an anime.
But Tanner's just
I'm
going
dead.
around full murder machine, enticing all those assassins.
Yeah.
It
Fucking
is basically,
murder
yeah, Tanner's
windmill.
basically like when you see those things where they just unsheath the sword but you don't see it move and the person die. That's basically what it is.
He's basically what's his face from bloody Star Wars at the moment. You know, the robot with all the arms. I've got his bleeding name now.
Oh, that's incredible.
Oh, General Grievous.
General Grievous.
Yeah, he's basically Grievous, but with hits on the sword.
But instead of it, just like
going-
one sword.
Yeah.
He doesn't have 4.
God knows with Tanner.
Just 2 more arms pop up behind his back.
It's like the stuff of nightmares. Oh my god.
Just be thankful Tanner's on your side.
And I am.
Yeah.
Very grateful. Very
Okay,
grateful.
so you said the only 3 left alive is one at the end of the wall, and one was close to me or something.
Yeah, so you're on the raised platform with the mayor. There's one who's sort of just at the foot of that platform, essentially. There's another one that's propped up against a wall with a missing arm. He's the one that's just basically useless. And then there's another one who is sort of in the middle of the room, looking a little bit disorientated because he's just had Tanner just push him out of the way as he's come charging forward.
Okay. So I mean, the sensible thing would like take care of the one below me, obviously. But I would like to knock him unconscious, not kill him, if I can.
Yeah, that's
So
not a problem.
which section do I need to roll the dice for?
So if you've got
The
any,
initiative.
it would be so depending on how you want to do it. So if you wanted to just like unarmed attack him, or if you've got any blunt weapons that you would be able to just strike him with, or even if you've got any spells or anything that you would want to use on him.
Well, the spells that I have are more like I would probably destroy or damage the town hall, so I don't want to do that.
That's fair enough. So yeah, you could probably do like an unarmed attack on him. In that case, so it should be on your character sheet under actions. There should be unarmed strike as an option there.
Okay, let me see. Oh, unarmed strike. Okay.
So where it's got the hit DC column, if you click that button, that'll roll to see if you land the attack to begin with. And you're looking to get 16 or higher.
Okay. I'm just looking for the section. This sheet is so wide. Which one am I doing again?
So it'd be unarmed strike would be the one you'd
No,
be
I mean,
looking.
where do I need to throw the dice?
Ah, right. So it'd be the hit DC column. So it would be the first column
First column.
with clickable. It would be like a plus and then a number in it.
Is that acrobatics?
No, so this would be on the right-hand side. So where you've got actions, and then you've got the list of all of your like weapons and spells. They'll be on that bit.
Got attack. Oh, action. Okay. Oh, here. Okay. Six. 5 plus 1.
Right. In that case, you swing at the guy, but you just miss basically. So you go to swing at him, and he like dodges out the way, so you don't quite catch him with that. So it would now be, I believe it's David's turn now.
Nice. What's the situation right now?
So you've got one assassin who's just at the bottom of the podium sort of area. Fran's just took a swing at him, so they're sort of fairly close together, not that far away from where you're positioned. And then directly in front of you, you've just got the two halves of one of the guards, with Tanner standing on the other side of it. Then in the middle of the room, you've got another assassin who's a bit confused. One of them's propped up against the wall, bleeding out, and then Lauren's still currently standing near the door with the smoking remains of one of the other guards just gently blowing in front of her across the floor.
Yeah.
Someone has somehow opened a window. In fact, we'll say that when Fran threw that dagger, it shattered the window, and the breeze blowing in through that is now.
Well, the thing is,
Gone.
I got distracted because the mayor keeps whimpering behind me, and it's nerve-wracking.
So, the confused assassin. Can I go after him?
Yeah, so the one in the middle of the room, yeah.
Yeah, sure. All right, then it's slapping time.
Oh, here we go.
It's
So-
slapping time. I don't want to kill him, by the way. So if I happen to
Alright.
roll a double 8 and he has less health than that, I
That's
don't want to
fine.
kill him. I just want to give him a firm slap a couple times and make
Yeah.
sure he becomes harmless. But first we'll see if I hit.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, 16 to be. Well,
All right, first
16.
one is 18, so that should hit.
Oh.
Nice.
That does a single point of damage.
Oh.
That is so poor. The
That's
second
fine.
one. Yeah, that's a 10. That misses. I did 1
Yay.
damage.
Oh.
Well, that's my campaign. I'm going home.
So, in that case, you've just basically walked up to this guy, slapped him across the face.
You've challenged him
He's
to a duel.
he's looking very confused about what you've just done. It is now his
Even more than
turn.
before.
Yeah. So he is now going to swing back for you with his dagger, and he
Oh, no.
rolled an 11. So what's your AC?
That's 14, so that
So he
doesn't-
misses.
That doesn't
So, yeah.
kill me. It
No,
makes
so
me
he-
stronger. No, it doesn't.
So he goes to swing at you, you duck out of the way, and basically nothing happens there. So now it goes round to Lauren. It is now your turn.
Right, I'm not
Is-
setting him on
is
fire.
anyone
this
else?
time. I'm not setting him on fire because obviously he's too close to you. So, okay, we want this guy alive, don't we?
I mean, there
If
are
we
3
can,
of
yeah.
them. There are 3 of
Ah,
them, so you
three,
could
yeah.
probably kill at least one
Well,
other
the
one.
one without the arm doesn't count.
We don't count him. Shall I just get rid of it? I'll just get rid. I'll just pull him out of his misery then.
So you just
Yeah,
gonna
no,
walk up to him, just like walk up and shank him or something.
Rip his arm off and hit him over the head with it.
He's already lost one arm.
Oh, right. I'm just trying to think. Should I get rid of the dude right here? Or should I get rid of the one that's got next to no blooming health in the corner? I'll get rid of the one in the corner, put him out of his misery. So then that's one left. I won't set him on fire.
That's so noble.
I know. I thought, should I set him on fire? Should I turn him to ice? But no, that's going to be cruel. I'll use my boomerang.
It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, for anyone who doesn't know this, Lauren's character is proficient with boomerang.
Imagine a small female version of Captain Boomerang from Suicide Squad who can set people on fire. That's me. That is moi. Right.
Alright, so I'm gonna say, because this guy is so badly wounded, I'm gonna say that
Oh,
his
so
armor
just
class is
walking
lowered.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say if you can beat a 10, I think,
Right.
with this, then that'll hit.
Okay. 14.
Yeah, you've hit it. I'm not even gonna ask you to roll for damage.
Shall I just roll damage just for a giggle?
If you want, I'm
Let's
pretty
have a
sure
look.
he's.
Watch now, it's crap. 5.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he's
See if
gone.
He's gone.
See if you can just injure or severely destroy him.
I mean,
The boomerang doesn't
he-
even come back, it's just lodged in his skull right now.
he was literally on 2 health, so the only way you would have messed that up is if you hit a 1. So,
Yeah. His head's just incinerated now, really.
so he's done. So he's done.
gone.
So
He is done.
now
Oh,
we
this
come
is
back
bloody
round. Yeah, we come back round to Fran now. So there's a guy right in front of you, and then you've got another one in the middle of the room that David has just slapped around the face.
So these assassins are quite pissing me off now. So can I use one of my spells to kind of destabilize them and then throw an attack, or is
I'll
that
go
like
for it.
You would be able to
What-
do.
what
You'd
can
be
I
able to do.
that?
You'd be able to do one of those. So you could do the spell on this turn, and then if someone else then wanted to tackle them or something in the next turn, that's fine. But you could do the spell to begin with. You wouldn't be able to do both of those in one go.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the spell and hopefully ease things for you, David.
Right.
Cool.
Right, so are you going for the one in the middle of the room then that's there, or are you
Yeah.
going for the one right, the one?
The one that David slapped.
Yeah, cool.
That's just what he's got to be, the one David slapped.
This is gonna be his main characteristic now.
Yeah.
A bard in if there's a thing here is gonna sing a song. By an angel.
Right,
Oh,
so
that's amazing.
what spell is it you're going to be casting?
The earth tremor.
Ooh.
Cool. Is that DC on that one? I need to control
If you're dexterity 13, and then I've got a section that says 1d6, which I can click, but I don't know if I can.
Alright, that's fine. So yeah, if it's a dexterity, that means the guy has to do a saving throw against your attack to hit. It probably will be a case that if he makes a saving throw, it still does half damage, because most saving throws do in that case. He got a 5, so no, he's taking full brunt of whatever you throw at him.
Ah!
Oof.
Ouch, buddy.
So yeah, roll 4 damage on that then.
I'm just
That's fine. So it'll be the one next to, so where it says Earth Tremor, it'll be that one that's 1d6.
Oh, that one.
That
Okay.
one. Yeah,
2.
2. That's fine. So you do
Well,
2
I didn't want to
damage.
damage the town hall, so I didn't. Very.
That's considerate.
Yeah. Considering all the blood that we spilled so far.
Oh yeah, all the blood and fire, yeah. We've only broke a window. That's all we've done.
Alright, so that is 2 more damage to him. So he is now looking a little bit more worse for wear. One of the other assassin now, it's his turn, the one that stood near you. He is going to try and lunge at you, Fran. And what is your armor class again?
12.
Right, he just rolled a 19, so he's going to land a hit on you.
Ooh,
Oh no.
I'm dead.
Can I defend myself or something? Block the attack or...
No.
Okay.
No, because that's what the armor class is essentially for. So if I rolled lower than that, it would miss, but because it hit, it will deal you 3 damage. So it's not a huge amount of damage. It's done 3 damage to you. So he's just sort of like sliced a little bit. And it is now David's turn.
Let's get slapping.
What almost happened?
Alright, so I suppose the one who's in front of me has been a little bit more badly damaged than after I was done with him the first time.
Yeah, he's like halfway. He's halfway down now.
Yeah, I guess I'll launch some more attacks, but once again, I don't want to kill him. So
Yeah.
if he gets down to 0, I'll just incapacitate him or something like that.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, got 16 armor class.
Alright, first one is 11, so that misses. Second is also 11. Oh, this is going great.
Oh no.
So he is
So
gonna
well.
he's gonna return and try and attack you.
Yeah, that's
he's
fair. I did the same.
he's also rolled terribly. He got 2, so he missed.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna cut it.
Yeah. So basically, you two are just like flailing at each other now in
Yeah.
the middle of the room. And it is now back to Lauren again.
Oh god, I don't want to overkill. Right.
We will say that if you do too much damage, we will just take it that you've done exactly the amount of damage. If you want to keep one of them alive, that's fine.
Yeah.
So if you do want to do something with more power to it and it goes over, we can basically just say that it left him just alive enough.
Right, so we want one alive and one dead. So I'll go for the one that's in front of... Trying to think who's got the less HP right now, who's got the less health. Is it
The
the
one in
guy...
front- Yeah, the
Oh,
one in
sorry,
front of David is on the lowest HP, and then the one near
Mhm.
Fran is full health still.
Right.
He's not actually been attacked yet.
I'll go for him then. I'll do chill touch from where I am. Get to him. So let me just see for that one. So I'll keep the one in front of David alive. Oh dear. 21.
Alright, so yeah, that is hit then. So that's... Well, actually, hang on a minute. Is chill touch? Is that
Chill
If I-
touch is.
I'm trying to remember. Is that a one that I've got to do a saving throw against? Or...
Yep, you create a ghostly skeletal hand in space for which you make a
Oh yeah, so you roll to hit and then 1d8 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, you've hit him. So yeah,
Yeah.
roll for damage then.
Damage was 6. Oh no, no, no! Ignore that! Ignore that! Ignore that! There we go. Sorry, 4. 4. I do beg your pardon. 4.
That's fine. So now it comes around to Tanner's turn again, and he is I'm trying to think. So you want to keep one of them alive, don't you?
Yeah, the one with the lowest HP. Just wanted to
Yeah,
try and
so-
take out the hardcore one.
Yeah. So Tanner's gonna he's gonna see that you've just chill touched that guy and basically gonna try and follow up on that.
Yeah.
Try and get an attack of opportunity on him just to see if you can do anything. Tanner rolled garbage. He rolled a 4. So he
Damn it,
missed.
Tanner!
Useless.
And oh my
So-
god!
So for the first time, Tanner has failed to do something.
What has Tanner ever done for us?
know,
Honestly,
oh my
I feel like he
God.
could just
He-
resign.
I mean,
He's
he's probably got the blood of the guy he just cleaved in two still in his eyes. So he's just gone to charge at this guy and just like
It's not
swung
just
and missed.
excuses.
I mean, we've done like 3 different things, and we couldn't wipe for 2 seconds the blood off his face.
I've been slapping people left and right, and he's just sitting there because he has to wipe blood out of his eyes. It's like,
Oh my
unacceptable.
grief. And this one's captain of the guard. What?
So with that stumble, it is now back round to Fran. So you've got the guy that's in front of you and the guy that's in the middle of the room.
That
The
we're
one in
Yeah.
the one in the middle of the
Well,
room's the weakest. of the
I'll
two.
take the one in front of me, and
Alright.
I'm gonna use my other dagger because I have to, and stab him in the neck.
Ooh.
Cool. Yeah. So
Or at least
roll.
up there at them. Do that.
You know, you're picking up the slack now because of Tanner. Bloody hell, Tanner.
So
That's fine,
do
so-
I just hit the dagger part in attack?
Yeah. So you'll do the hit roll first to see if you land the hit, and then if you do, you'll do the damage.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Alright, now I get it. It's a 5.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
Oh.
My god, he's in front of me! I think some blood has gone in my eyes as well.
There is a
Got
bit
hold
of
your leg and
space.
is shaking you. He's putting you off balance.
Yeah, the mayor's basically holding onto your leg at this moment so as you go
Please
to
don't
swing.
leave me.
As you go to
Should have
swing.
stopped the mayor then.
Yes, just slap the mayor. Just like calm down, man.
Can I hit the dice and like kick him off?
Just boot
Well-
the mayor in the face.
It's now the assassin that you just tried to swing at's turn to hit.
Oh,
yeah.
He's actually going to try and take an attack on Tanner while Tanner's sort of got his back to him basically.
Oy.
And he is hit. Yeah, he's got an 18, so he is.
It's really turning around, isn't it?
Bloody hell.
And he will do.
Tanner's fall from grace.
Yep.
He's done 4 damage to Tanner.
Oh,
So-
poor sweet Tanner.
They're chipping away at him,
Literally.
but he's still going. He's still kicking, and it is now David's turn again.
Alright.
Yeah, those
I
hands
think
going.
this time I will actually go for a gut punch. So I will try and punch him in the gut.
Ah.
Oh.
So let's see if it hits. Yeah, that's a 4, so that's not hitting.
Oh, damn it.
So I think I'll go back to good old slapping and see if that does anything. Yeah, that's an 11. Doesn't do much either. That's horrible.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I think I gotta grab different die. I think these are cursed.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
no.
started so well with people
started
getting
so well.
eviscerated.
What's going on? Oh no. Oh,
So yeah, that guy again. You're just flailing wildly in front of him. He's gonna try and do the same. He's gonna try and do the same back to you. And oh my god, he got a 5.
Yeah, no, he feels right back at me. Still not going anywhere.
So yeah, basically the two of you are just proper slap fighting, just like going like that at each other's hands, basically. And it is now Lauren's turn again.
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna set someone on fire again.
And-
I just don't know which one. Right, sorry, who was weaker again? And we're keeping the weakie. Who was
The
weak-
one in the middle is currently weakest. The one that is in between Tanner and Fran has slightly more HP.
I'll set him on fire then.
Um,
Just get rid
also,
of him.
also as well, it may be worth pointing out just to check if your spell has a radius.
Oh, yes. 120
Yeah.
feet. Yeah, right, okay. Let's not do that.
Oh no,
Um,
that's the, is that
Burn the entire house down.
no? That's I think that might be the range. That might be
Oh,
the
is
range.
that the range? Sorry.
Yeah.
I've only got the feet from a firebolt. Have a look. It's not got. Let's just quickly have a read. No, it's only my boomerangs that's got the It says 60 range, and then yeah, for chill touch and firebolt, it's 120, and then for unarmed, it's 5.
Ah, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, there's no radius on that, so
Yeah.
that's fine. So yeah, you can make an attack on that, and it won't catch anyone else. So that's fine.
Right. The one thing I don't want to do is set bloody Tanner on fire. I don't want
That would
to
just be
kill
added
the
insult to
captain of the guard.
injury.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I'm just gonna set that one on fire. Sod it. Just get rid of
That's
it.
fine.
So
Yeah,
let's
so-
just roll that from a hit. I got 17.
So that's a hit.
And for damage, got a 4.
Not too bad. He's over halfway now.
So I've two-faced him basically. I've burnt half his blooming face.
Pretty much, yeah. He's not in a good way. He's still moving, but he's not
God,
happy
I'm
about
better.
it. But it is now Tanner's turn, and Tanner is just
I swear to
he's
God. He
he is now basically, while all this happened, stood up, strengthened himself up, and is just staring this guy down, ready to lay into him. And he
Yeah.
hits. He has rolled
Hey.
26 for his.
Whoa.
his hit.
Hey! Saving grace.
And he just goes to town on this guy. He is just in one hit.
Oh.
One hit
What?
dealt 13 damage to this guy.
Oh.
This guy is no more. This guy is basically
Has ceased to
filleted.
be.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
He's gone to
actually,
meet
oh,
his
yeah.
maker.
So, yeah, you've only got one guy left, and this one guy in the middle of the room has seen what is going on, and he is about to leg it. So,
No.
Fran, it is your go next.
on,
Are you going
Fran.
to try and stop this guy before he legs it out the room?
More weapons.
Come
so
on,
I'm
Fran.
just, is it an unarmed strike that I should do?
Yeah, either that or if you've got any spells that have range
Yeah.
on them as well, you could potentially use them as
Well-
long as they don't have a radius. Because if you use anything with a radius, you might catch someone else in it.
Yeah, because the one that I can use are the Earth Tremor and the Entangle, but we're not in a forest. So, and the Earth Tremor is 10 feet, and I don't want to do anything.
Oh, hang on. Did you say you've got Entangle? Did you say you've got
Yeah.
Entangle? You can still use that even if you're not in woodland.
Oh,
Because
can
it just
I?
creates. Yeah,
But
it just
it's
it
not
Good.
creates.
That's a perfect spell.
Yes!
Yeah.
Even if it, like, I've got range of 90 feet.
Yeah, he is well within
Yeah.
90 feet, yeah.
Okay, so which do I click cast on that thing, on that section, or do I just
So, let me have a check and see what it is. So, I think, if I remember right, it just happens, doesn't it, with Entangle. So, it creates a 20-foot square starting from a point within the range. So, you can basically, if you cast it into, like, the corner of the room, that would just catch him on the edge of it. So, you could do that. If you cast it too close, because of where David's standing, David would get caught in it if you cast it any closer. So, you would have to sort of do it a bit further away.
and if I click cast, will it like throw the dice and tell me like how far I can cast this spell? Is that how it works?
I'm trying to remember. Actually, bear with me 1 second. I'll just have a look quickly.
I
Yeah, 'cause
just
I'm
don't
trying
want to
remember.
click things and mess things up.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just going to double check because I can't remember if it is a spell save DC or if it's a. Let me just have a quick look.
It says damage restrained. I don't have on the effect. Like I don't have like for example 1d6 for the SRM or on Entangle I don't have anything. I just have restrained.
Yeah. So it just happens basically. Yeah, and then when this character, so when the assassin goes to move, basically he's got to do a strength save and throw
Okay.
to try and get out of it, basically. So yeah, that's fine. So yeah, he's held in place. He's held in place at the
Okay.
moment. So that's fine. And it is now David's turn. So you've got a guy in front
Here
of
we
you who
go.
is caught in vines currently. If he tries to move, he's going to get injured.
Yeah.
So,
Well done,
if
Fran.
if I attack him, will I be cutting myself on the vines?
Potentially no. So the room's probably big enough so that if Fran cast that in the corner, it would just catch him. and so there would be a bit of a buffer. Like there would be enough of an arm's reach to like lean over and smack him.
So I can technically break his legs.
Potentially, yes.
He's not running anywhere.
Definitely not.
Okay, well, let's try it. I grabbed different dice, so maybe it works.
Yay.
Let's roll. Let's see. That's a natural 1, so that's not happening. Can I still do a second attack if I throw a natural 1 on my first one?
I probably shouldn't allow it, but the combat is going on quite a while now, so I will say yes, that's fine.
That's a 9. That's unbelievable. I need to buy a third set of dice.
Right, well, it's now.
I haven't played D&D in a while. It clearly shows.
Well,
Oh,
it's not like he's going anywhere anyway, so.
true. He literally is
Right.
not going anywhere.
Well, it is now this guy's turn, so he is going to
crap.
try and run. But if he doesn't beat,
Well, he can because my vines are holding him by the arms, so it's not like.
but he can roll to break 3.
Oh.
I wouldn't worry too much. He rolled a 10. So what is your spell save DC? So it should say next to entangle it'll be in the hit DC column.
Rank 13, is that the thing?
13. Yeah, so he's not got anywhere. He's still
Oh,
stuck
phew.
in there.
He's stuck.
And it is now Lauren's turn.
Right, we're not killing it. So, would it be worth? Well, I don't know what to do because we want him alive. Is it worth trying to do an unarmed strike just to like bonk him over the head, knock him out,
Could do.
maybe?
Could do. You can
Just
get
a-
up, stand next to Dave, and just smack him around the face as well.
Yeah, just give him a crack. Hit him on the use the front of my boomerang and go bonk on his head. Right, so I'll do an unarmed strike then. I'll just do a little bonk on his head. I'm not gonna. It says I can punch, kick, headbutt. I'm not headbutting. So let me just have a look. Unarmed strike. Oh, good grief! Right, okay, 12 to hit. So I've got my 10 and 2. And then
I'm gonna say that he's
If we
he's
knocked him
tangled
out,
up, so
he's
he's
not going anywhere.
yeah. I'd say he's pretty injured, but he's subdued enough now. I think between just all of the slap fighting, the fact that he's now tangled up, and the fact that between the lot of you, you just absolutely eviscerated everybody else in the room.
He's coming along quietly.
He is now basically just
Yeah.
like he's just flinching in the middle of the floor now.
Yeah, so
Basically.
I could just pretend that I was going to whack him with the boomerang and just go, ah.
Yeah, I mean, he is still like he's
Rest of his
fairly healthy, but he is not. He is
He's
not
fighting
particularly.
back.
Yeah, so it's up to you if you do want to try and hit him again as well, just to just to
in for
show him a
penny,
lesson, or
Yeah, in for a penny, in for a pound. It came up 1 for the damage.
So you just-
We're toying with it.
so yeah, you just slapped him around the face again. So yeah, he's basically just not having a good time anymore.
Yeah,
Um,
he's just a bitch now. Sorry.
So yeah, I'm gonna say that we're now out of combat. You got the one guy.
Yay!
You got the one guy who's left, and he's basically just on the floor crying
Tells
to
everything.
himself.
He's just crying.
He is just sobbing uncontrollably at the moment, and then he looks up.
Oh,
He
no,
looks
I
up
feel
at you.
sorry for him.
No, don't.
Hey, we did it.
He looks up at you and he goes, "I'm so sorry."
Naughty assassin. Bat.
And then
Rolled up newspaper.
He,
Bombing on the head.
he starts like
Yes, slap him again.
he starts like sniffling and like trying to like control himself and calm himself. I mean, if you want to tie him up or anything, feel free. He's pretty much gonna let you do it at the moment.
Does anyone have any rope?
but,
Or something
I mean,
can tie him
We
up
can
with?
Ted-
use my
Can we use the
vines.
vines? Yeah,
Yeah.
can we use the vines?
Oh yes, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, he's now just tied up by the vines, and he's starting to calm down a bit now. He says, if just let me live, just please, just let me go, and I will tell you everything that I know.
Well, what do you know?
We've all been hired. It's the same person that's hired all of us. Every single one of us. I think we might be the last wave. I'm not sure. But there was the 5 in the market, and then they did what they needed to do. So then we got hired to go after the mayor, and obviously we've not done what we've done. So please, if you let me go, you will never see me again, because I'm going to be dead either way. If I don't get out of here, I'm going to be killed regardless. So
DJ give you a minute.
Well,
Oh.
we need to get the information out of it.
Yeah, who hired
So,
him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Tanner to put him. Is there a prison in this town?
they don't have a
so
prison
we-
as such, but they do have like a little jail. So they do have a couple of
so
cells
yeah.
that they can, that they
Yeah.
can hold
Let's put
people
him in
in.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why Tanner comes over, grabs the guy, and just like throws him over his shoulder and carries him off. Are you
Blimey.
going? Are you going to go
Obviously,
with?
we took his amulet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. So you've got 2 amulets then in total, because you got one off of the other as well. So cool. It's up to you. Let me just check for a quick roll whether, because there was a guy who only got like sliced up. So okay, so yeah, you've basically there's an amulet each. There's enough for an amulet each.
Oh,
there.
sweet.
Okay.
Oh, there's one amongst
So-
all the grossness. Hooray.
Yeah.
So
That could be David's. There you go.
Digging in all the blood to be like,
Yeah.
I found something.
Hooray!
So it's up to you
Timekeepers.
what you want to do with these, whether you want to keep them for yourself
Yeah,
or sell them
definitely.
on
Oh,
later.
yeah.
But
No, we'll keep them.
Keep hold
if
of
you're
them,
wanting to
yeah.
keep hold of them, these basically give you 1 shot of turning invisible for 2 turns.
So
Oh,
they,
sweet.
but so ours are reusable, right? Because like,
No,
oh,
they'll
Oh,
so,
shatter
like we
as
can use
well.
them once.
Damn
Yeah,
it.
so you get
Okay.
1 use of 2 turns of invisibility, or the equivalent of. It'll probably be about a minute if you're not in combat that you
It's
can
like
use them
adding that to
for.
the inventory then.
So yeah,
I
you've each
would
got one
like
of them.
to at least examine one or study it a little bit to try and understand more about his usage and where it came from or things like that.
Yeah, that's not a problem. You can do that. I mean, you can either go with Tanner to, to take this guy to the jail, see if he knows any
Yeah.
more, or you can just stay where you are and study it. It's up to you.
Can I add it to my backpack then?
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, all 3 of you now have
Oh,
one that
got
you
it.
can just have that, and then if you want to look into it further, whenever, that's fine. You can do that.
Brilliant.
Is it
So-
the amulet of proof against detection and location? Is that the one?
You have no idea about names or anything. All you know is that this amulet can cause invisibility. So that's all the information you know about the actual amulet.
Okay, so I'm gonna select the most generic one that says
Yeah,
amulet.
yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. So yeah, it'll probably be worth just writing it down as a separate thing as well, just so you've got an idea of what it is, because that's the one downside with D&D Beyond. You can't really customize the items too much. It's a bit of an issue. But yeah, basically you've all got 1 shot of invisibility now that you can use whenever.
Awesome.
Hooray!
So while you're
So
picking them
I'm
up,
assuming it's like nightfall or middle of the night.
it's starting to get a bit late now. It's definitely into night time. Probably about 7 or 8. It's not too late, but the sun is definitely or pretty much set by now. Tanner's just walking out the door and he just turns around and looks at you all and he's like, I'm gonna go interrogate this guy now. It's up to you if you want to come along, or
I think
Alright.
we should.
But yeah, let's go.
cool. So yeah, you go to the jail. Like I say, it's not a huge prison or anything. It's just a couple of jail cells that they have set up in the guardhouse. So they've got him thrown in there, and then like 2 cells down, you've got like the local drunk who's just been locked in there.
Oh, gosh.
He's just sleeping away. He's not bothering anybody at the moment. So yeah, Tanner brings this guy in, puts him on a stool, and ties him to it. and basically pulls another stool out, puts it in front of the guy and sits on it. And he just waits, just staring at this guy. And you can see the guy is incredibly uncomfortable by this. He doesn't know which way to look. He is trying to avoid eye contact with Tanner in every possible way. And Tanner is just not moving. He is just staring directly at him. It's up to you if you want to interfere with this or if you want to leave Tanner to do his thing. But Tanner just looks like he's waiting for his own rage to calm down before he actually says anything.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let Tanner do his thing first, and then maybe if we have any more
We
questions.
need to step in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's for the best.
That's fine. So you give it another, what feels like about 5 minutes, but in reality it's probably only about 30 seconds. But it feels very, very uncomfortable with Tanner just staring this guy down until the guy just finally cracks. Tanner doesn't even say a word. This guy just cracks on him and just instantly says, "It was Heston. Heston hired us. It wasn't... His name is Heston Constantine. He hired us. He wanted us to kill the mayor. We don't know why. He just hired us to do the job. That's all I know. I swear that is all I know. He came to us, gave us these amulets, said that when the time was right, we used them, we killed the mayor. And that was it. That was all he said."
Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
So, earlier in the gathering hall, you mentioned that you know about the previous wave and the 5 killings. What's up with that? So you know the other group of assassins that came here before?
Only by reputation. They were hired before us to, in Heston's words, lay the groundwork. We don't know what he's planning or what he's doing. All we know is that he had another team first. They're another gang that we don't really associate with, so we didn't really have much communication with them. They got brought in, done the first part. Heston told us to be at this meeting. We do our thing. We get paid handsomely. That's it.
Were you asked for proof of the killing?
Oh, sorry, you broke up a little bit there.
Were you asked to bring proof of that you killed the mayor or something?
No. We were just to leave the body there. We weren't to do anything, just kill him and get out of there. I mean, the amulets only last for a minute, so we were just told kill and scarper, basically.
And you got the amulets from Heston.
Yeah, Heston. Heston's the one that gave us to him. And as you're saying this, Tanner stands up, walks towards the jail door, and then just says to all three of you, "I know where he is, follow me."
Okay, that was my next question. Never mind.
All right? Yeah, no.
Sweet.
Don't ask the
Okay.
guy.
Way
like,
ahead of our game.
Yeah.
If they were hired to kill the mayor, why did they kill those 5 guys then?
So are you asking this to the guy that's tied up?
I
or
was
you...
gonna before Tanner stood up, but
That's fine,
if
you
we
can
need
carry
to
on. No, you can ask the guy before you leave if you want. Tanner's just...
Yeah, I want to
He's
ask
getting
that.
ready to go, but... so yeah, this guy basically, he has no idea, other than the part that he was given to play. Like, all he knew of the plan was that there was one team before his team, and that was it. He has no idea why he was doing it. He was basically just there for money. So he's just getting paid to kill the mayor, and the assassins beforehand were also there just to kill those 5 people, and he assumed that they were just going to get paid for it, and there wasn't any... No one really has an idea of what the plan is other than Heston from the sounds of things.
I guess let's follow Tanner then.
Yeah.
So, as you're walking through the streets now at night, Heston's house is down a dark back alley. Heston just turns
great.
to you as he's walking you all down there. He's like, "Yeah, this guy moved in a couple of weeks ago. He seemed a bit fishy. I've had a feeling there was something not right about him, but he bought his house like anyone else. Didn't have any issues until now, but there you go. This is it." He gets to the house and he just boots the door open.
Okay, no need to knock.
Okay.
As you enter, the house is completely empty. And
There's no
I
furniture.
would-
There's just nothing.
There's stuff tossed all over the place.
Oh, okay.
In terms of people, there's nothing there. There is overturned furniture. There's burnt notes. There's a few other bits and pieces. I would like you all to roll me an investigation check just to see what people find.
Wow. Okay.
Oh crap!
Oh, that's
Terrible.
Oh, we've used all of our luck. Oh, crap. Okay.
Oh,
I
I've got 9.
I rolled
7.
a magnificent 4. Yeah, I've no idea what's going on.
Right, so
Just wandered in.
in that
Hey
case,
guys, what's
David.
up?
I think your dice are first.
Right, so in that
Christ.
case, I'll go in order of lowest to highest then of what you all found. So David, you managed to find a couple of vials of poison.
Okay.
There's nothing linking it to anything. You don't know what it's for. It's just there's 3 vials of poison there. If you were to sell them, you'd probably be worth about 25 gold. If you wanted to keep them, you could probably use them to coat a weapon or something. So you've got 3 vials of poison.
Okay. That's more than I expected, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm
We're just wandering into the room. Poison.
yeah, it's gonna. Oh, hey, it's a poison. I guess I'll take that with me.
Well, you're rooting around in like all the bits and pieces and stuff like that. You find some good stuff. Lauren, you find what looks like an occult statue. It's
Cool.
sort of draconic looking. You're not really sure. Something about it speaks to you though, and you're not sure what it is. There's something about this that you feel is somehow connected. You just can't place your finger on why.
That's
So-
interesting. 'cause one of my languages is Draconic.
So
That's interesting.
you can, if you want, have a look to just do a bit of a quick check. If you want to do another investigation check, just to scan over that
Yeah.
to see if there's anything that stands out on it.
I got a 20.
Nice, nice. So
Figure
you,
it out.
Oh, I've cracked the case.
so yeah, you.
Scooby-Doo's back.
So you created that. So yeah, you look at this statue and immediately recognize it's basically an old draconic legend about a figure called the One-Winged Queen.
Okay.
And in the legend, it was basically, like the name suggested, it was an evil draconic queen who basically wanted to destroy the world and put what was left under her rule. This is basically a statue showing her likeness or an artist's representation of said likeness.
Oh crap. Okay.
That combined with what Fran found with her role.
Oh.
So while Fran was sifting through some of the burnt bits of paper, she found a note that mentions replacing the mare with the Winged Queen's champion.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Naughty, naughty.
There's no mention other than this, who this champion
Oh
is.
yeah.
All you know is that someone is trying to replace the mare with someone very, very important.
Ah.
And that is where we're going to end this story.
Oh
What?
no!
Oh no!
The cliffhanger.